going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. Before I do crack on with this update, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe. Remember, rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout the whole summer transfer window for you guys to stay up to date with here on YouTube every single day with all the latest Manchester City transfer news. So if you haven't already, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below, and finally do leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim. So we're going to crack on with this video. We're going to start off with some contract news, and we've got the very latest on Kevin de Bruyne. Now, Sam Lee over at The Athletic has said that Manchester City are unlikely to enter into contract renewal talks with KDB in the immediate future. I presume that Manchester City are wanting a little bit more clarity about what Kevin de Bruyne wants over the course of this summer. Does he want to push for a move to Saudi Arabia or not? Does he want to stay at Manchester City and commit to a new contract or not? He's been getting linked with a move to the MLS, to the United States of America. Does he want to move there this summer? Does he want to move there next summer? How long does he want to stay at Manchester City for? It's all waiting on clarity from Kevin de Bruyne. Once he makes a decision on his future, which will more than likely come in the summer, then we'll see Manchester City sit down with KDB and discuss contract renewal talks. If he decides, I want to stay at Manchester City, and he makes it clear that he wants to sign a new deal, Man City will then sit down with Kevin de Bruyne and speak about a new deal. Until that does happen, I can imagine that Manchester City are just happy to see how things are going and where things are going, and the same can be said with Kevin de Bruyne as well. So this news doesn't really surprise me, and it doesn't cause me any concern whatsoever. We will have a clearer indication once we hit September, and September may be the time, if Kevin de Bruyne is still at Manchester City, which I hope that he is, that Man City will look to try and get him tied down to a new deal. I've heard rumours that he's going to be asking for a 2-year extension on his deal. We saw something similar from İlkay Gündoğan with his demand in his final year of his contract, where City were only happy to give a 12-month extension, maybe with the option of another 12 months. It all depends on if an agreement can be found when it comes to Kevin de Bruyne. I would say that it's going to cost a lot of money to replace Kevin de Bruyne, that it may be in Man City's best interest to try and tie him down to a new deal. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, moving on to the outs, we've got the very latest on Manchester City's newest signing, Savio, and Sam Lee has also been speaking about him and says that Manchester City are going to see what Savio can offer Manchester City in pre-season before they want to make a decision on what to do with him for the remainder of the season. So one thing that has been ruled out is him being loaned back to Girona. A loan has not been ruled out, but a loan to Girona has been ruled out, and I presume this is all to do with Girona now participating in the Champions League for next season as a Manchester City. It becomes quite complex. Teams don't often loan players to other clubs in the Champions League. I'm not too sure on what the regulations are in loaning a player from one Champions League club to another. It can get quite complicated. I presume that Man City are going to want Girona to start dipping into the market and bringing in their own players and developing their own players, rather than Manchester City utilising their players to go to Girona, because at the end of the day, Girona now have got a platform ready for them to build themselves into a solid La Liga club over in Spain, and the way they do that is through having players permanently rather than taking players on loan. Man City obviously want Savio, so they've gone out there, spent big money from Estac Trois to bring him in, and Man City could well look to utilise him in the club. If not, he will be loaned out, but it won't be to Girona, so it's nice to have a little bit of clarity on there. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got the very latest on Joshua Kimmich, and Florian Plettenberg over in Germany has said that Bayern Munich and Kimmich are getting closer to a separation, and if that does not happen this summer, which is what Bayern Munich are hoping for, then it will happen next summer upon the expiry of Joshua Kimmich's contract. Now, according to Florian Plettenberg, there are 5 clubs in Europe interested in signing Joshua Kimmich this summer, and then clubs 3 from the Premier League, Manchester City, Liverpool and Arsenal, and 2 from La Liga, Real Madrid and Barcelona. Barcelona haven't got money to offer Bayern Munich to sign Joshua Kimmich, so if he leaves this summer, it won't be to Barcelona. So we take that 4 and we make that 5 and we make it 4. Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, I think are all good, suitable options for Kimmich. A lot depends on if Man City go out and sign another central midfielder this summer or not. If they don't, then he could become an option. And I suspect that, considering we've got the European Championships, Germany have made it through to the last 16. I expect Germany to be getting towards the latter stages of the competition and Kimmich going on holiday. Things aren't going to get sorted with him until at the very earliest, early August, which gives Manchester City a good 5 weeks to suss out what they want to do with central midfielders. And if they do want to make a move, probably going to have to act quite quick, because Liverpool, Arsenal, Real Madrid, they can match Manchester City pound for pound when it comes to the finances and what they can offer Joshua Kimmich and Bayern Munich. Remember, Kimmich does have a massive wage worth just under £320,000 per week at Bayern Munich, which is a whopping amount of money for a 29-year-old versatile defensive central midfielder. Will City make a move? We'll wait and see. Moving on, we've got the latest on Dani Olmo, and Sam Lee has said that Manchester City have spoken and held initial discussions over Dani Olmo to try and sign him from RB Leipzig this summer. But he does go on to say that these were only discussions, not urgent discussions, and Manchester City just keeping an interest at a distance in Dani Olmo, and that's all there is to it as of right now. So I think I'm safe in saying we can push Dani Olmo to the back burner, at least for the time being. And moving on to the final transfer that I want to speak about, takes us on to an update on Crystal Palace man Eberechi Eze, and the Guardian have said that Crystal Palace, they are prepared and braced for interest in Eze this summer. They believe that Manchester City are interested and are going to want to make a move at some point this summer. Palace have already lost Michael Olise to Bayern Munich. They could be losing Eze as well. 2 big blows for Crystal Palace. How are they going to invest their money? How are they going to replace these players? That is the question, but I will be surprised. Eze, of course, called up to the England squad as part of the European Championship 2024 squad. So they're looking here at a primed international player that's probably ready to start pushing and playing in the biggest competitions. And so I can't imagine Man City will be the only club interested in signing Eze, but the Guardian have put a price on Eze and said that Crystal Palace are going to be asking for around or more than £60 million to bring Eze to the club. I think a lot depends here on what Man City want to do with Savio. And we've also heard question marks about Jack Grealish. I'll be very surprised if Jack Grealish does leave Manchester City. So are Man City going to want to make a move for Eze or not? A lot depends on what happens with Savio and what Pep Guardiola wants to do with our wide players and our attacking players that we've got available in the squad. So there we go. That has been today's transfer update. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. It's the way you're going to stay up to date this summer every single day here on YouTube with all the latest Manchester City transfer news through my channel. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim, and do get your thoughts as well in the comments below. And religiously, I'll see you tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.